So this is the personal setup that I use to help track my expenses so that I'm able to save $800,000 in a year. And when it comes to finances, it is divided into three main areas: cash flow, budgeting, and net worth. Now, let's talk about cash flow first, which is very simple. I have my income and my expense. Technically, all the money that I make goes into my company, and then I decide how much I pay myself every single month or don't pay myself. And so that's why tracking my income is very important personally for me. And if you've been around for a while, then you know that I have this shortcut where I press the action button, boop, something pops up. I can immediately key in my expenses easily on my iPhone through a shortcut that keys directly into Notion, which is where I track all of my expenses. And then the second main area is budgeting, which is subdivided into two very simple areas. We have buckets and funds. So buckets are monthly variable expense. It is things like F&B, activities, transport, things that I will be spending every single month without fail. And then everything else goes into sinking funds. So things like wedding, it happens every year, but it's not a monthly variable expense. And my new iPhone, which is a one-time purchase, also goes into sinking funds where I pre-plan what I'm going to spend on throughout the year. Now, something that I do is to set up a buffer fund, like $10,000 every single year. And when I need cash to buy big ticket items, like an iPhone or maybe a trip to Taiwan next month, then I will take money out of that buffer fund and put it into like a Taiwan fund, an iPhone fund, and therefore it also limits how much money I spend throughout the entire year. Lastly, the third main area is net worth. So this is where I track my accounts, my brokers, my wallets, and all the crypto holdings that I have. I personally like to track when I transfer money from one account to another account. Let's say I'm sending money from one bank account to a broker, I would record that down as well. So all this thing will be in a closed loop system. Now I have this extra column called corrections where I key in numbers to kind of even things out, because sometimes someone pays me back and they pay a few cents more. At the end of the month, sometimes I end up with more cash or less cash in my account, and so at the end of the month I would just do all the minor corrections using this column. Therefore, I don't have to mess up my formula. I am tracking my finances so that I'm able to better manage it, save and spend accordingly. That also leaves me with extra cash to invest, and I never have to worry about the fear of overspending or I won't have enough cash. I always know how much I'm saving, and if it's too little, I can always save more. But if I want to spend a little bit more, I can always look into my buffer fund. Also, fun fact, this is like the third time I'm recording this segment because for some reason I keep screwing up the recording, thus a change of scenery. That's how I use my system. Feel free to take some inspiration from it to build your own system, and then comment down and let me know on what you are using, and then maybe I will be able to incorporate it into my system as well.